ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
University of Alberta Invocation. All praise to you, gracious Creator. You have gathered us in this university community to praise you by our works and our words. Bless the University of Alberta, which seeks to teach whatsoever things are true. Bless the students and professors, the non-academic staff and support staff, the administration, and all those who volunteer on our University Board of Governors, Senate, and Alumni Council, and all who promote sound education in our community. We ask that those who leave here today, blessed with their degrees, may be given grace and strength to serve in our global home. May we grow in wisdom and grace before you and all your people. May this university always be home of truth, of wisdom, of faith, and goodwill towards all. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Alberta. After a stormy night, we've got a beautiful day in front of us. My name is Ralph Young, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chancellor of the University of Alberta and representing the public interest in our university. To begin, I wish to acknowledge and honor all Indigenous peoples, including the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations of Treaty 6, and to acknowledge the traditional lands on which we are gathered today. I also wish to acknowledge and honor the immigrants from many nations whose contributions have added so much to our rich heritage. Our university is blessed with a diverse and inclusive culture, which is built on a legacy of all those who have come before us. Today, we pledge to uphold that legacy as we continue to pursue whatsoever things are true. On behalf of our entire community, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this convocation. We're very pleased that so many family and friends could join us as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduands. Graduation from the University of Alberta is a significant milestone, and we are honored to share this convocation ceremony with you. The term convocation is a Latin term meaning a gathering together of all qualified degree holders in a university community. The tradition dates back over 700 years to medieval times. So many generations of scholars have walked in your footsteps. Led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, today's formal procession to the stage originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Our university coat of arms above us includes the Great Horned Owl, the Book of Learning, the pronghorn from Alberta's coat of arms, and our own golden bear, mascot of our university. Our university motto, Caecumque Vera, Latin for whatsoever things are true, is at its foundation. As Chancellor, I wear our university green and gold with pride and respect. And on stage today, the various academic gowns, hoods, and caps declare, in their various designs and colors, the alma mater and the qualification of the faculty, senators, and other academics who are here to celebrate with you. Similarly, your academic apparel signifies to everyone here and to society your faculty and degree of proficiency as graduates. And today, each of you will cross the stage as your name is called, and that will be the most important part of our ceremony. Your degree will be granted and conferred when we congratulate you and shake hands. And that moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. Your family and friends are witness to that commitment, and all the history and tradition within today's ceremony is in honor of you, our graduates. And that is why we're here, of course, to celebrate your achievements. We're also very privileged to welcome today Governor Mark Carney, Governor of the Bank of England, who is here and who has accepted our invitation to receive an honorary Doctorate of Laws. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrates extraordinary accomplishments, and recognizes remarkable service to society. Joining the celebration on the stage today is our President, Dr. David Turpin, and Mr. Stephen Lapoule, Board of Governors representative. We're also pleased that Dr. Joseph Doucette, Dean of the Faculty of Business, who is celebrating their 100th anniversary this year, is here, along with Dr. Suzanne Cresta, Associate Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. I'm equally delighted to welcome here on stage Ms. Annie McKittrick, MLA, Sherwood Park, also our Board Chair and Chancellor Emeritus and past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Eric Newell, Board Chair Emeritus and past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Brian Heidecker, Board Chair Emeritus, Mr. Douglas Goss, members of our Board of Governors and Board alumni, Senate colleagues and Senate alumni, past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Robert Westbury, past honorary degree recipient and Chancellor, Concordia University of Edmonton, the Honorable Dr. Ellen Wakowicz, Councillor Corps of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mr. Angus Watt, Mayor of the Town of Beaumont, Mr. Camille Burube, Alumni Council President Mary Pat Berry, and U of A Vice Presidents Phyllis Clark and Heather McCaw, as well as non-academic staff President Ms. Elizabeth Johansson. As well, a number of our members of our student government, Graduate Student Association Vice President Mr. Feroz Kodayari, and Student Union Vice President Mr. Robin Patches. It's also a pleasure to recognize Elder Don Langford, who is here today to extend a special personal note of congratulations to our Aboriginal students as they receive their degrees. So we're all here to celebrate, and we very much hope that you'll enjoy your day. And it's now my pleasure to invite Mr. Stephen Lapoule to bring greetings from the Board of Governors.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. Ralph Young, Dr. David Turpin, President, distinguished guests, graduates, families, and friends. I am pleased to be here today to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Governors. Convocation is a special time when the entire university community gathers to celebrate your tremendous achievements. Indeed, the university has much to celebrate, but today, especially, we gather to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2016. You have achieved a level of excellence which will be forever recognized in your university degree, a University of Alberta degree. Representing the Board of Governors, I and the full board are committed to excellence today and tomorrow, providing excellence in teaching and research that has supported you and will support those that follow in our ever-changing world. Alberta and Canada are a great place for all of us, and great because of this graduating class of 2016. Your degree is a sign of your achievement at the University of Alberta. It is also a signal to others that you are the kind of citizens that bring knowledge, understanding, and skills to the society in which we live. Competent, giving, ethical, engaged in the challenges and opportunities today and tomorrow. Congratulations to you, your families, friends, and supporters. Continue to learn, continue to achieve. Enjoy today, and we wish you the very best in the future. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Annie McKittrick, MLA for Sherwood Park.
Thank you, Mr. Poole. Good afternoon, President Turpin, Chancellor Young, the Board of Governors, dignitaries, and other special guests, faculty, staff, graduates, family, and friends, ladies and gentlemen. I feel so privileged today to bring greetings on behalf of Premier Rachel Notley, Advanced Education Minister Marlon Schmidt, and the government of Alberta. Today, graduates, you will feel an overwhelming sense of pride and the excitement of new beginnings, the closing of one chapter and the beginning of another. I still remember the thrill of receiving my first bachelor degree 42 years ago. After the handshakes and hugs, after the photos are taken and the toasts are raised, you will set out into communities, a province, and a world that needs you. Especially in these times of economic uncertainty, your education is a means of empowerment that will help you find and develop the economics, scientific, social, and creative solutions we all need, and from which we will all benefit. There are many paths to this point, as there are graduates who are convocating today. Some of you have already worked through an entire career before embarking on another degree or on your first degree. Others have only known a life of education, finishing high school and then immediately starting university. Some of you are already parents, others not yet, and some may never be. Some of you have made your way from other countries and cultures and have deliberately chosen this country, this city, this university as your chosen place. Others have grown up in Edmonton and have been lucky to have a world-class university in your hometown. This is diversity, the full spectrum of people and experiences. And all these diverse paths converge here today in this room at this convocation ceremony. And as you leave today, you will be blazing new paths. The great Irish poet William Butler Yeats called education the lightning of a fire. Your education that you received at the University of Alberta is a fire that will tend you throughout your life, adding the fuel of experience and the oxygen of wisdom. And there's always more opportunities to take more degrees and more education. No matter what point you are on your life's journey, may you carry this fire with you always. Today, with the love and support of your family, friends, and community, we praise you for the months and years of efforts that have culminated in this convocation. Congratulations and best wishes to you all. Thank you.
It's now my pleasure to invite the 13th President of the University of Alberta, Dr. David Turpin, to address Convocation.
Mr. Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the Academy, staff, family, friends, and especially our graduates, congratulations and well done. Earning your degree is a major accomplishment, a sign that you have considerable talents and skills, that you can work hard and deliver excellent results, and that you have become a learner, a person who can open yourself to new ideas and experiences and be changed. None of this is easy, nor should it be. To change yourself is a difficult task, and yet it is essential that our society be full of people with the capacity to change and transform. Otherwise, how will our world, our communities and societies be resilient and renew themselves and continue to thrive? So many of the events over the last year have reminded all of us of how quickly and unexpectedly things can change. I think of the Syrian refugee crisis. Countries across Europe and the world had to act quickly and adjust plans to respond. And then as the crisis grew larger, adapt again and again. Here at the University, we quickly set up a special scholarship fund for refugees, welcoming our first students to campus in January. Then, in early April, my wife Sharamithra and I were in the airport in Brussels, about 2 weeks after the devastating terrorist attacks that shut the airport down. Another unexpected event that changed things overnight. Closer to home, we have faced the Fort McMurray wildfire. Only a month ago, people went to bed on May the 2nd thinking that life was going to continue as usual. The fire burning close to the city had changed direction. But things changed, and quickly. By the next afternoon, they were throwing a few things into suitcases and in some cases fleeing for their lives. Through all of these events over the past several months, I have been repeatedly struck by the resilience of people and their communities. As new graduates, resilience is a skill you will need. Consider the responses to the fires in Fort McMurray. In a couple of hours, emergency relief services were put into action. Efforts were put towards fighting the fire, organizing reception centers, supporting evacuees, and planning for re-entry. Over the course of only a few days, the Red Cross successfully registered about 90,000 evacuees, and Canadians began giving in record numbers. If I think of the Brussels airport and our time there, again, only days after the attacks happened, Shuramithra and I were amazed by the people's resilience. When we arrived at the airport, we knew that nothing would be business as usual. And indeed, check-in tents were set up in the parking lot while rebuilding went on in the arrivals area. As we were routed through alternative spaces, staff went out of their way to be friendly, helpful, and attentive. They were subdued, but there they were, back at work and caring about us in spite of all that they had been through. Their resilience was remarkable. Where does the resilience we have witnessed time and again over this past year come from? Well, strength for starters, and compassion for another. I saw that compassion in the face of one of our Syrian refugee students when I met him in the lineup for the University of Alberta's Fort McMurray fundraiser barbecue. He was there to help people who he didn't know, but he understood as few of us do. So there is strength and compassion in resilience, but also well-honed skill, nimbleness, flexibility, and diversity. Sit in a high-functioning crisis management team meeting at the height of an emergency, and you witness highly skilled people from different units thinking of every alternative, trying multiple approaches, and quickly abandoning those that won't or aren't working for those that will. While everyone in the room is working towards the same end, they come at the problem with diverse skills and perspectives, and it's vital that they do. No complex emergency can be solved with only one way of thinking. Diversity enables us to be nimble and flexible. Diversity builds our resilience. Diversity gives us the tools we need to respond to things when plans change. It makes it possible to imagine alternative ways forward. As a biologist, I learned early in my career that ecological diversity is essential. It enables communities and ecosystems to adapt to change. Monocultures, by contrast, inevitably fail. Still, take away the urgency of a wildfire burning out of control or a flood of refugees risking all crossing dangerous seas, and the importance of diversity and resilience in human society can dim besides the values of consistency and dependability. When something or someone consistently delivers a positive result, why take a risk on an alternative? Well, the answer is simple. When we ignore the value of diversity, we lose the capacity for resilience. I mention all of this today because you and I both know that you graduate into an uncertain world. On the one hand, we know and understand our planet better today than we ever have. And yet, on the other, so much is changing that we cannot predict with certainty how you will be making your living next year or building the communities of our future. You will need to be flexible, nimble, and above all, resilient. How will you do it? First, remain at all times the learner you are today. Continue to surround yourself with people who think differently than you. Open your eyes and ears to alternative perspectives and ideas. Immerse yourself in experiences that are far outside your comfort zone. Keep listening, observing, and learning. Second, be empathetic and compassionate. Be like the young Syrian refugee scholarship winner who is now part of our community and already reaching out to help others. Finally, know that you are part of a community, a big, diverse, supportive community that will continue to help you to learn and to think differently. That community is the University of Alberta. That community includes the people sitting all around you. It includes more than 260,000 University of Alberta alumni working and living around the world. We are proud of you. We look forward to hearing from you, to being challenged by you, and to working with you to build a stronger, more compassionate, and more caring community, province, country, and world. Thank you and congratulations.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
You will always find it, your own courage or theirs, in the eyes of the other.
Go where there's no path and leave a trail for someone else.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Travel well, travel without prejudice, live long and prosper.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, I am honored to introduce Mark Joseph Carney for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws, our institution's highest honor. Discipline, service, leadership. These three qualities are at the foundation of Governor Mark Carney's contributions as one of the world's most influential policymakers guiding global financial systems. Discipline, seeking the challenge of an international education inside and outside the academy, including 3 degrees in economics, a bachelor's from Harvard, and then a master's and PhD from Oxford, as well as a 13-year career in the private sector, moving up the ranks in Goldman Sachs in postings to London, Tokyo, New York, and Toronto. Service, pursuing a commitment to the public good through informed and effective public policy and the stewardship of critically important public institutions in Canada and across the globe. And finally, leadership, earning the respect of a wide range of peers for the clarity and integrity at the heart of his work as Governor of the Bank of Canada, Governor of the Bank of England, and Chair of the Financial Stability Board that manages the global banking sector. Named by the Financial Times in 2009 as one of 50 who will frame the way forward, Governor Carney continues to shape the future of investment, innovation, and prosperity. Our vision at the Alberta School of Business is Leaders from Alberta for the World. In this, our centennial year, it is an honor to celebrate an individual who represents Canada with such distinction on the international stage. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present to you Mark Joseph Carney.
Mark Joseph Carney, in recognition of exceptional contributions to public service and outstanding leadership in central banking and international finance, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Congratulations, Mark. Thank you very much. Queens will take this, and I'll just take that. I'll take that.
Very good. Thank you very much. Eminent Chancellor, President, representatives of the Board of Governors, graduands, friends, proud parents, and by now board siblings. I'm honored to help commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Alberta School of Business. In fact, I'm not just honored, I am thrilled. Finally, like my father, my mother, and my sister before me, I get a degree from the University of Alberta. Unlike me, they earned it. And more to the point, so have you. So congratulations. You, your family, and friends should be exceptionally proud of your accomplishments. Now, I missed my first chance to be a Golden Bear when I left Edmonton in the mid-1980s. Then, oil prices had been cut in half, Trudeau was Prime Minister, and Ghostbusters was a summer hit. Plus ça change. But actually, as the President's speech intimated, the world is much altered. Compared to me, you're graduating in highly uncertain times. A series of economic, technological, and cultural shifts are changing how we communicate, work, and live. And the pace of this change is accelerating. And on top of that, at the same time, the world has been hit by a series of profound geopolitical and economic shocks. Affect bias, which means an economic form of post-traumatic stress disorder, something that induces consumer and corporate caution, is weighing on global growth. And questions are being raised about the effectiveness of macroeconomic policies, the merits of global markets, and even the sustainability of our traditional engines of growth. So I hope you had fun last night, because you can always count on a central banker to kill the buzz. fact, I better start turning this around, get a little more upbeat so I can keep that hard-earned degree, because after all, my mother and sister are watching. So the good news is that amidst all of this global uncertainty also lies great opportunity for you as business graduates, to build the new economic and social engines of our shared prosperity. Your generation will determine how well the world commercializes fundamental breakthroughs in new energy technologies, in biotech and in fintech. And your generation will determine whether we maintain the social capital for shared prosperity consistent with the values of this university and this country. Now, the one thing I can assure you from experience is that the road ahead will not be straight. The macro uncertainty I mentioned is mirrored in all of our lives. It's entirely unrealistic to map out the decades ahead. As President Turpin said, many of the jobs and even the industries of today will be gone tomorrow. And as John Lennon said, life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Maybe I should explain here. John Lennon was a member of the Beatles. And the Beatles were a British rock band. Now, whenever I meet older alumni, often find that they're surprised by where they've ended up. And I don't mean after a night out at Rat. I mean that those alumni who are old enough to remember the Beatles are often surprised where their careers have taken them. And whether they're pleased with the results depends on whether they've continued to pursue their interests, stayed true to their values, and given back to their communities. So in my experience, some simple decision rules for an uncertain rule are to first be flexible and adventurous as you begin your careers. Secondly, to pick opportunities that give you a chance to learn new things and to grow as a person. And third, to think of every job as a potential investment in yourself, not only worthwhile in and of itself, but also as something that will prepare you for the next opportunity that comes along. In these ways, you'll build adaptability, you'll enjoy yourself, and you'll be more likely to succeed. And when that success comes, and I should say when more success comes, because after all, today you're graduating, when that success comes, it'll be important to remember the role that chance plays in all of our lives, as well as the responsibilities that comes with that good fortune. And I should know, because it is a total accident of history that I'm governor of the Bank of England. Indeed, there are many in the United Kingdom who are still wondering how it happened. Now, I never set out to be a central banker. After studying economics, I worked for years as an investment banker, moving jobs every 18 to 24 months across 3 continents. And while the variety was stimulating, I found what I enjoyed the most was working on those issues where the public and private sectors intersected, from post-apartheid South Africa to pre-privatization Ontario. So when the opportunity arose to join the Bank of Canada, I leapt at it. And fortunately, by pursuing what had interested me the most, I'd acquired just enough markets and quasi-public policy experience to get through the bank's big brass doors. I welcomed the good fortune to learn about everything from management to monetarism from the then Governor David Dodge, one of the finest public servants this country has ever produced. And I was pleased to be able to give something back to this great country which had educated me, inspired me, and yes, given me my chance. When I was appointed Governor of the Bank of Canada, I thought that for the first time since grade 5, I knew what I would be doing for the next 7 years. David and his colleagues had left the economy in great shape, left the financial system in a superb mettle, and there were only 8 regularly scheduled interest rate decisions a year. All I had to do was set cruise control and not mess it up. Oops, sorry about that. The global financial crisis began almost immediately, putting paid to my idea of central banking as a quiet life, away from the sound and fury of the private sector. And through those harrowing years, and enough time has passed and sufficient memoirs have been written that I can safely use that adjective. Through those years, I learned from colleagues at other central banks, including the principled economics of Mervyn King, the focus of Tim Geithner, for whom plan beats no plan, and the calm, inclusive decisiveness of Ben Bernanke. So my current role results from following my interests from a series of chance encounters and from many great mentors. From my parents' dedication to education, to the inspirational teachers at my high school here in Edmonton, St. FX, to clients in the private sector who were building businesses for the long term, and currently to my exceptionally dedicated and talented colleagues at the Bank of England, I've been extraordinarily fortunate to learn from a remarkable group of people how to address complex problems under great uncertainty and tremendous pressure. Now, as Michael Lewis once said, this isn't just false modesty. It's false modesty with a point. And the point is that we are all fortunate. My luck is obvious. You are fortunate to have studied at the University of Alberta, to be young in Canada at this time, and to have friends, family, and mentors who have inspired you to develop and to learn. And this is the positive aspect of uncertainty. Chance has smiled on you, graduating as you are at a unique time in history, with challenges for sure, but also with possibilities that reach well beyond those of the past. Today, those who are blessed with talent and opportunity can reap tremendous rewards. Gains to success are magnified in the global marketplace. Now is the time to be famous or fortunate. But as Luke records, of those to whom much is given, much is expected. Recognizing that none of us truly succeed entirely on our own points to our responsibility for improving the systems in which we work and in which we live. Economic and political philosophers, from Adam Smith to Friedrich Hayek, have long espoused the critical importance of values, beliefs, and culture to a vibrant economy over the long term. Values such as personal responsibility, of hard work, honesty, and respect. Values that are bred in the bone here in Alberta. Values that are part of our inherited social capital which provides the essential framework for the free market. It's all of our responsibility to reinforce these values and to pass them on. Allow me to speak from experience. The severity of the financial crisis showed what happens when those responsibilities are not widely held. In the run-up to the crisis, banking became about banks, not businesses, transactions, not relations, counterparties, not clients. The crisis undermined trust, and with it, the social capital necessary for markets to be effective. Now things are changing. And now the best in finance are regaining their sense of purpose by recognizing that finance is not an end in itself, but a means to promote investment, innovation, growth, and prosperity. Banking, in the end, is fundamentally about connecting borrowers and savers in the real economy. More broadly, as the economist John Kay has remarked, profit is no more the purpose of business than is breathing the purpose of living. The best organizations are grounded in broader purposes, in crafting solutions for others. So wherever we work, in business, in government, in academia, or the charitable sector, we must be rooted in our clients and our communities. And we need to be custodians of our institutions, improving them before passing them on to our successors. By taking with you the core values of the University of Alberta, you can lead the charge. You can live the promise of the university's core mission of uplifting the whole people. quacumque vera, to pursue whatsoever things are true, and to complete the passage, honest and just. If there be any virtue, there be any praise, think on these things. In doing so, you'll become a good ancestor and leave a legacy as great as the founders of this university and its business school. So, to conclude, from today, it will be down to you to deliver the future you want to create. I've no doubt with your energy and education, you will see what should come next. But I would advise that recognizing that vision isn't enough. You'll need to agitate to get into the room where it happens, and you'll need a plan once you get there. That plan, like life's plan, won't unfold seamlessly. Nor will the plans of Alberta or Canada, but they will all advance if you make the right choices and keep at it. The future may be uncertain, progress may be uneven, and as Martin Luther King said, the arc of the moral universe may be long, but it bends towards justice and prosperity. How quickly it does is now your choice. So congratulations, class of 2016, and good luck with all the responsibilities that comes with it. Thank you very much.
Graduates, you just heard a remarkable treatise on how to live your life and how to learn from wisdom of people like Dr. Mark Carney. He's advised you of the uncertainty and change that you're facing, both economics, technological and cultural change. But he's talked also about the great news and the good news of the opportunities that lay in front of you. He's talked about the importance of finding a career, but realizing that careers are often led by chance. He's talked about his own career in central banking as being an accident of history. I think all we can say is some accident, some history. If you remember the tenets of personal responsibility, hard work, honesty, and respect, you'll go very far in this world. Dr. Carney would like you to sign our honor roll. Well, Mark Carney now joins his very distinguished family, his father Robert, who is a distinguished professor at this university, his mother Burley, who's here, and his sister Brenda, who are all University of Alberta graduates. Congratulations once more. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduate is called across the stage, I will formally admit you to the degrees, and we will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates to our world. I look forward to meeting you on stage.
The candidates for degrees will please rise and follow on page 5 of the Convocation program. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourselves in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? These things.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled and invest with you all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people and to inspire the human spirit, and for all who believe to serve your God, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Joseph Doucette and the Professor Suzanne Cresta, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Business and Graduate Studies and Research. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Business Administration, Zanul Abenin. Oluwatobi Olalekan Adelakan. Abdelaki Abdikadir Aden. John William Alexander. Amandeep Arora. Jeffrey Craig Antoniak. Kulwinder Kaur Aurora. Simarpal Aurora. Manpreet Singh Atwal. Aparjit Singh Ashta. Camille Elaine Baylor. Sylvain Bascaron. Christy Corinne Berryman. Réal Nathan Bouchard. Blake Edward Chartrand. Yuming Chen. Kunal Dawan. Christopher Kenneth Drinkwater. Nameka Ekosimba. Jennifer Ann Evanyu. Xiaoqing Fu. Mohammed Mazgabur. Yu Gao. Abhishek Anup Gaush. Rishad Panolan Hakim. Ryan Haynes. Janwe He. Khadija Hentati. Dalen Rochelle Hoffman. Yusuf Hojanepsev. Kevin Hung. Syed Daniel Israr. Jessica Dawn Jackson. Anthony Daniel Havate. Abanit Kansel. Abashit Kanrur. Jenna Alice Christofiak. Angelica Fernanda Paloma Arleel Bersera. Alicia Sherry Lentowich. Andrew Ken Young Ma. Dana Julene Marsh. Herman Michael Ama Martinez. Tanya Berenice McBride. Jing Meng. Dustin Anthony Meyer. John Amir Mikhail. Mandeep Singh Narula. Nicole Marie Neufeld. Osemene Faith Omoduba. Or Omobuda. I beg your pardon. Crystal Marie Owens. Grecia Cristina Pacheco Castro. Jeremy Philip Palmer. Yumimi Ga Pang. Andrea Angela Panzada. Pikun Patnaik. Daval Parik. Ashton Marissa Polich. Kwong Kuk Pham. Laura Pham. Sana Rad. Travis Gregory Reed. Jeffrey Jarrett Schlachter. Matthew Randall Samaka. Kapil Sharma. Darashpreet Singh. Deepak Dev Singh. Heather Lynn Spears. Bernard Woods Stripper. Jing Tan. Catherine Eruraba Katsina Tete. Ashley Laura Teberge. Daniel Mark Vandrager. Kaylee Rachelle Van Ree. Siju Sabi Varghese. Carlos Venegas. Badri. Hasha Viswanath. Regina Wiseman. Kathleen Dion Wiley. Min Zhang. Xiao Lan Zhang. Hongxiang Yu.
Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Financial Management, Ting Hu. Hu Xiao Hong. Keyang Zheng. Wenchan Huang. Xiao Huang. Zhihu Huang. Yi Li. Yi Li. Yuchu Li. Jing Liu. Xiaodan Pang. Jiayu Si. Senthil Kumar Nagarajan. Jie Wu. Tianhong Zhu. Jing Zhu. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Joseph Doucette, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Business for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Recipient of the Dr. Hugh Harries Medal in Business and the CPA Graduating Scholarship in Accounting, Michelle Laura Eastman with distinction.
Michelle Eastman is this year's recipient of the Dr. Hugh Harries Medal in Business. This award is presented annually to the graduating student who has obtained the highest academic standing in the final 2 years of the Bachelor of Commerce program. It is donated in recognition of academic excellence by the School of Business in memory of Dr. Hugh Harries, a former dean of the School of Business. Michelle has excelled throughout her education at the University of Alberta, receiving many recognitions, including the Dr. William Winspear Dean's Citation in Business. She has also remained active in sports throughout her time at university, playing recreational basketball, soccer, and dodgeball. In September, Michelle will start her CPA program and article with an accounting firm here in the city. Michelle, congratulations.
Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with Honors, Xiyang Chen with First Class Honors. Jessica Danielle King with First Class Honors. Mohan Ma with First Class Honors. Natalie and Gracia Westman with First Class Honors. Kelvin Kwok-Shing Jung with first class honors. Diwei Zhong with first class honors. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Yasmin Angelica Al-Hussein with distinction. Joshua Vincent Alexander with distinction. Yasser Al-Jara. Shahad Al-Kashashna. Miriam Alos. Vyacheslav Arabsky with distinction. Ikin Bari Atink. Yongkin Hu. Falashade Olosola Babatunde. Mary Elizabeth Babson. Cassandra Lynn Bardwell. Hayden Stephen Charles Barker with distinction. Nathan Alexander Barlow. Darren Scott Bastarash with distinction. Kiran Bachu with distinction. Hong Bian. Receiving a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a certificate in Community Engagement and Service Learning, Nathan Douglas Clark Booth with distinction. Cheyenne Joan Boroman with distinction. Nicole Lynn Bossy. Joshua Don Ronayne Bragg. Sarab Brambat. Paulina Lauren Brittner. Calvin Nolan Bromley. Kimberly Diane Brown. Bryce Emerson Buckholz. Gianni Kai. Mackenzie Carson. Receiving a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a certificate in leadership, Ashima Chandan with distinction. Christopher Chang. Shiyu Chang. Xiaodi Chang. Akil Charania. Stephen Joseph Chateauneuf. Brian Chi. David Chevikman. Fenjing Chen. Jingjing Chen. Xiaoyu Chen with distinction. Yang Chen. Colin Chen. Stephen Chin with distinction. Jason Jadefeng Chuck. Chase Vaughn Christensen. Colin Isaac James Christensen with distinction. Amanda Sylvan Chung. Hyunjung Chung. Spence Anna Colburn with distinction. Kyle Douglas Collison with distinction. Raju Jordan Kostyuk. Chinyan Chao. Jesse Alexander Creighton. Mai Kwan with distinction. Travis Dan Dallin. Teresa Mintu Dang with distinction. Recipient of a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a Certificate in Leadership, Adam Michael Danleko. Stephen Daniel Day with distinction. Jason Marcus Dahan. Quan Chi Deng. Sausin Deg. Pawanbir Singh Daliwal. Alina Dalla. Taylor John Dyken with distinction. Shanshu Ding. Luke Dirks Fafar. Remark Sakluti Dizon with distinction. Jing Dong. Tiana Chloe Doyle. Mingting Ju. Ray Ju. Shirley Ju. Sheng Duane. Suzanne Marie Edgecombe with distinction. Jennifer L. Homera. Brandon Brian Evanoff. Paulo Samuel Fajardo. Siji Feng. Brett Matthew Ferguson. Scott Alexander Fleming. Clay Marshall Francis. David Friedland. Jeremy Peter Froese. Ping Fu with distinction. Amanda Rose Gegalonia with distinction. Elise Gagnon. Fang Gao. Megan Angela Maria Gauthier. Zaling Ge. Monique Marie Gervais with distinction. Malena Gebrahariat. Luam Tadase Gazahe. Matthew Gregorio. De Gu with distinction. Tonya Gu with distinction. Helen Jingyi Gu with distinction. Pe Ling Guan. Sydney B. Golevich. Jin Du Ha. Sang Ho Ha. Yan Han. Daniel Hassan with distinction. Ryan Joseph Hauser with distinction. Caitlin Elizabeth Horluck. Joshua James Hagee with distinction. Paula Ann Henke. Tyler Nicholas Herder with distinction. Lindsay Nicole Hofer. Jennifer Hong. Sylvia Anna Horetsky. Chi Hu. Siyuan Huang. Jixin Huang. Yunpeng Ho. Diana Irina Yon. Megan Elena Jackson. Lindsay Nicole Janko. Chumang Ji. Lirong Zhang. Xinyi Jin. Recipient of a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a Certificate in Sustainability, Michel Yvan Jodouin Chouinard. Rashid Kadura. Jisuk Kang. Samantha Yiling Kang. Eric Edward Keller with distinction. Devin Leah Kendrick. Kyle Boteng Kedeku. Sukraj Singh Kinda. Kylie Kiang. Christina Haiyin Kim with distinction. Julia Leslie Komanietsky. Linghan Kong. Boyan Konstantinovich. Aaron Matthew Cordoban with distinction. Yu Ching Ko with distinction. Kimberly Jaylene Krejci with distinction. Julian Mitchell Kriviak with distinction. Ekaterina Krivdik with distinction. Fanny Fanying Kong. Calvin Xingchong Kwan. Nolan Zachary Kwasny with distinction. Olivia Janice Kwok with distinction. Sean Roger Labe. Emmett Larivière. Austin James Labassière. Amin Lalani. Sabrina Anita Lally. Gagan Singh Lal with distinction. Alfred Kahong Lam. Receiving a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a certificate in international learning, Chantel Lam. Isabel Pui Ming Lam. Receiving a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a certificate in international learning, Maggie Lam. Xianjing Lang. Karen Karyin Lau with distinction. Stephen Christopher Lau with distinction. John Yijin Lee. Nicholas Jae-sung Lee. Yunyan Carol Young. Zachary John Lewis. Brian Chengyu Lee with distinction. Heshin Lee. Xian Li. Tina Li. Wang Li. Xiao Li with distinction. Xin Li. Shuebo Li. Yan Li. Yixin Li. Receiving a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a certificate in international learning, Felicia Silu Liang with distinction. Sean Yang. Xin Liang with distinction. Wei Lin Lin. Zhe Liu. Mitchell Sumner Lobb. Matteo Franco Laconte. Sijia Long with distinction. Jacqueline Page Lawrence. Feng Yi Lu. David Vin Leong. Sammy Leong with distinction. Jared William Linkowski. Kang Ting Ma. Michael Ma with distinction. Raymond Ma with distinction. Yan Yuan Ma. Receiving a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a certificate in International Learning, Rebecca Samantha McDonald with distinction.
Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce with distinction and a certificate in leadership, Saga McDonald with distinction. Alexander Ryan Madriga with distinction. Sylvia Sen Chong Mak with distinction. Alexander Everett Malone with distinction. Gwen Sean Mann. Jarrett Rocky Steve Mansell. Hanisha Carmand. Catherine Koto Mara. Jacob Jonathan Margetich with distinction. Jason Matthew Margot. Christina Ida Morosi with distinction. Brett Sidney Martin. David Matthew Martinez. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and certificate in real estate, Sean Cameron Masterson, I beg your pardon. Nicholas Michael Mastro Mateo. Brittany Erin McConan. Aidan Arthur McBride with distinction. Megan Danielle McCaig. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and certificate in real estate, Dylan Kenneth Mackay. Angela Mary McKenna. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and certificate in community engagement and service learning, Valerie Nicole McKernan with distinction. Jay Sobo Millar with distinction. Logan Michael Miller with distinction. Christina Joy Mills with distinction. Taranvir Singh Minhas. Troy William Minogue with distinction. Angeline Molino. Dean Everett Moeller with musical accompaniment. Nicole Melissa Mosel with distinction. Dina Christine Mueller. Fadila Marian Njio Manganyi, receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Community Engagement and Service Learning. Serena Shannon Miles with distinction. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Maria Nasser with distinction. Jared Terrence Nelson. Mimi Nyo. Quinn Nguyen. Jalen Nordmark with distinction. Jandri Lemuel Nutting. Braden John O'Reilly with distinction. Jordan Bryce Onischuk. Po Ching O Young. Shuai O Young with distinction. Shwajo O Young. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Robin Leslie Patches. Joanna Pachorkowska. Cheng Pan. Tian Rui Pan with distinction. Pai Pan. Sang-hoon Park. Recipient of the Avison Young Commercial Real Estate Graduating Scholarship in Marketing, Manson Royal Parks with distinction. Sarah Diane Parata. Natasha Amelia Rose Pearson. Stephanie Marguerite Elizabeth Peckett with distinction. Bo Peng. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Laura Maria Patricia Perham with distinction. Lillian Pham. Talissa Jade Pon. Dorothy Shu Ki Pong with distinction. Nikhil Parish Prasad. Chibe Chan with distinction. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Rui Chin. John Douglas Quast. Kenneth Robert Quinn with distinction. Aya Kutob. Brianne Elizabeth Rainey with distinction. Casey Leanne Rainey. Diana Rao. A popular choice. Michael Fraser Ray with distinction. Recipient of the Werner Craig McElroy Scholarship in Accounting, Connie Lynn Regier with distinction. Eric Matthew Reed with distinction. Kiana Valerie Ramagni. Shichi Ren. Claire Alexandra Irving Rolfe. Lydia Rebecca Roseman with distinction. Conrad Philip Roshak. Darren Mark Roselle with distinction. Danielle Marie Sandberg. Preet Kaur Sandhu with distinction. Sumanjot Kaur Sandhu. Julienne Ray Lashika Santos. Jacqueline Rose Shemp. Taylor Barry Earl Schmidt. Samantha Nicole Semler with distinction. Dean Senyo. Huiying Shao. Xin Yue Shao. Namirta Sharma. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Real Estate, Sumita Sharma with distinction. Li Shen with distinction. Avery William Shipton. Brittany Schmier. Yu Shu. Jason Stephen Sinclair with distinction. Bonita Singh. Haley Elizabeth Slavic with distinction. Kyle Taylor Smith. Nicholas Dennison Snyder with distinction. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Kasian Soltakevich. Aaron Robert Soley. Xiao Tong Song. Susan Sufi. Christina Julian Fung Stefaniak with distinction. Brianna Marie Steinke. Rebecca Marie Stelter, I beg pardon, with distinction. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and her Certificate in Leadership, Katie Strossel. Jachi Sun. Crystal Alexandra Sito. Cheryl Tabares. Amanda Tam. Alan Tang. Carling Ann Tang with distinction. Go Yu Tang. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Community Engagement and Service Learning, Joshua Chun Ming Tang with distinction. Justin Wen Ha Tang with distinction. Katie Taschuk with distinction. Nancy T with distinction. Jeffrey Tai. Neil Ryan Thomas with distinction. Nicole Marie Tian with, I beg your pardon. Erin Ding Yu Ting. David Tonlai with distinction. Carly Jane Toranchuk with distinction. Marilyn Tran. Diana Trang. Michael Trong. Nathan C. Tom Sumpas. Min Tu. J. Louis Turchansky. Receiving both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Catherine Reed Turner. Jack Gordon Underschultz with distinction. Carly Isabel Van Oort. Carmen Grace Van Wilden with distinction. Cheryl Maureen Villetal. Kristen Sophia Visser with distinction. Lily Vong. Peter Thomas Walls with distinction. Cheng Wan with distinction. Jian Yi Wang. Meng Wang. Su Wang. Tian Cheng Wang. Yamei Wang with distinction. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Andrew Patrick West with distinction. Nicole Yvonne Wiebe with distinction. Jamie Dean Willen.
Andrew Thomas Wilson. Chelsea Rose Wilson. Brendan Cody Wolf. Carol Liu Wong. Receiving a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a Certificate in International Learning, Christy Michelle Wong with distinction. Victoria Vivian Wu. Hao Bin Wu with distinction. Tong Wu. Yushin Wu. Yuan Shi. Shuchu Xiao. Yukun Chiang. Shadi Yakub. Fuyu Yang. Si Yang. Ruhan Yang with distinction. Si Jing Yang. Christina Wenglom Yap. Wei Yu Ye. Yu Yang Ye with distinction. Michelle Ye. Priscilla Yip. Curtis Casey Sijin Young. Recipient of a Bachelor of Commerce as well as a Certificate in Leadership, Jason Kyun Yu. Chanmi Michelle Yun. Wayne Winkin Young. Gabriel Marquez Zamora. Ratang Zeng. Jiyun Zhang, receiving a Bachelor of Commerce and a Certificate in International Learning. Mengyao Zhang. Minhao Zhang with distinction. Wan Zhang. Xiao Zhang. Yuchu Zhang. Yutong Zindi Shang with distinction. Yuzhou Zhang. Zhenxiang Zhao. Hao Zheng. Zie Zhu. Jingjing Zhu. Jue Zhu. Eminent Chancellor, Eminence, for the degree of au grade de Bilingual Bachelor of Commerce, Baccalauréat belle langue en Administration des Affaires, Mohamed Ahmed Atoui. Ashley Marie Baird. Dominique Beaulieu with distinction. Receiving her bilingual Bachelor of Commerce, Baccalauréat belle langue en Administration des Affaires, as well as a Certificate in Leadership, Katie Choi with distinction. Emily Gross. Also receiving her bilingual Bachelor of Commerce, Baccalauréat belle langue en Administration des Affaires, as well as a Certificate in International Learning, Sandra Edith Juarez Reyes. Francis Alexandre Lehman. Laura Melena Roa. And Paul Andrew Senegas Lowe.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program but who are not in attendance.
So, graduates, you've made it. You are now officially on the other side. Again, congratulations to the class of 2016. And now it's your turn to get up and to turn around and to get everyone's attention. And let's give the people who have supported you throughout it all, your parents, your siblings, your grandparents, your spouses, your children, your friends, a huge round of applause. Stand up and let them know how much you appreciate it. Today is a truly proud moment for them and for the University of Alberta. In total, we will graduate 6,642 students at convocation ceremonies held this spring. Now that I've got you back with us today, it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Before you are formally inducted into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, I invite you to watch the screens for the presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in 2008 in honor of the University of Alberta's centenary. It captures the hopefulness and potential of days spent at university and hopefully sparks your own memories of your years here. The song is also a display of many U of A talents. It was composed by Professor Emeritus Franz Lavoisier-Ouimet and arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan. The recording is performed by Choral Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagna. Please enjoy.
Je viens, c'est de vous.
100 years ago, in 1916, 3 students came to the University of Alberta to study at what was then the Department of Accountancy. Those 3 students would be the first to set out on a journey that tens of thousands have joined since. And today there are many more than that. Over 700 of you convocating today. And you're here to receive your degrees just as those students did a century ago. As the Alberta School of Business celebrates its centennial with all of you today, I'm struck by that achievement. 100 years is a remarkable length of time. Now, none of us in this room have experienced all of the past 100 years, but every person who's been part of the School of Business in that time has been essential to making us who we are today. And while our past century has been filled with outstanding achievements, the most important century will be our next one. You're about to join the ranks of over 26,000 School of Business alumni, individuals who have changed the world, become community leaders, difference makers, and disruptors of the status quo. Our graduates embody the spirit of adventurous, ambitious, hardworking people from all over the world. And you, our newest graduates, are already making an impact on our city, our province, and our world. You're building connections and forming the ideas that will lay the foundations of our future. And as I see you gathered here with the passion, enthusiasm, and ambition of new graduates, I think of the journey that I took as a student, which sometimes feels almost like 100 years ago today. Looking back on my own goals and plans when I convocated, I realize, as our honorary degree recipient Dr. Carney said, that our paths took different steps and different paths than we might have imagined. But I think about the risks that I took, and more importantly, of the tremendous opportunities that were presented to me. I learned from every opportunity, from every surprise, and I like to think from most mistakes. But I probably wouldn't be speaking here today with you if I hadn't taken risks, opened doors, and followed those unexpected turns. And so I want to encourage all of our graduates to face risk, face uncertainty, and face adversity with purpose and determination, knowing that your hard work will get you to a good place. And it might not be the place that you imagine today, but I can assure you that if you work hard, it will be a good place. Don't spend time on what might have been. Rather, look forward and think of what can be, what you can make happen. As we look back on the history of the school, one thing is very clear. Our growth, our success, and our impact are the result of the passion and commitment of all of you, our students. When you leave this auditorium today, I want you to remember that you are part of 100 years of greatness. As the School of Business looks toward a new century of opportunity and innovation, I hope all of you are looking forward to your own futures, knowing that wherever you end up, you are part of an elite class of leaders from Alberta for the world. Congratulations, graduates.
Eminent Chancellor, merci. To the 2016 graduating class, congratulations and welcome. My name is Mary Pat Barry. I am president of the University of Alberta Alumni Association. I graduated from U of A with my master's degree in 2004. It is my honor to congratulate you on becoming a University of Alberta alumnus and to officially welcome you to our alumni family. You join a proud and inspired group of graduates committed to each other's success and committed to building the University of Alberta into one of the world's great universities for the public good. I call upon you to stay connected with each other, with other alumni, and with your university throughout your lifetime. We will be there for you. I ask you to be there for each other and for our university. I also call upon you to go out from this place inspired by the promise and the challenge of our alumni to do great things. Our alumni have done many great things in the past. Now it is your turn. Great things are actions, big and small. They can take place anywhere, anytime. They support other alumni, the university, and our society, and they come from using the knowledge and the talents you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and others. Félicitations et bonne chance. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future endeavors. Now, please turn your attention to the screen.
No matter what your story, where you came from, what it took to get here, at this place, you became who you are. We are 100 years wise, more than 250,000 strong, in 142 countries around the globe. We are educators, innovators, volunteers, leaders, pioneers, people who changed the world, and the people who make it beautiful. We are University of Alberta alumni, and for a century we have come together and carved a trail for those who follow. Together, we are stronger. Together, we shine brighter. Together, from this place into the world, together we have, and we will, do great things.
We're almost at the conclusion. A few final words to our graduates. All of us on the stage commend you on your determination and your achievements to be here today. Our honorary degree recipient today offered us a brilliant example of leadership and service and accomplishment. Dr. Carney, thank you once again for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family, and congratulations on being an University of Alberta alumnus. Now, graduates, the world is also open for you to be leaders, following the example of our honorary degree recipient. Now, on your behalf, I wish to thank our superb vocalist, Ms. Jennifer O'Donnell, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. Thank you all for coming today. Thank you all for taking on the responsibilities of a university graduate, and thank you for joining our alumni family. I'm pleased to invite everyone to join us in the main floor and first balcony lobbies for refreshments and fellowship following the recessional. So graduates, may your dreams take you far, but may you always remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. Enjoy your day.
exit music, His Honor, under the H's.